Well, hello everyone, and welcome back to the channel for this episode 23 here on Silverrun with me, Farmer Murphy. Well, we're picking up right where we left off, and as you can see, when we gaze through our shed door here right now, we have a fair bit of orange showing, and that actually led to an opportunity for us. There was a fellow named Jake, and he was coming here to our neck of the woods because he had heard about the wooden roller coaster that we have here, and he happened to be a representative for Astara and a large Brazilian equipment manufacturer. And in fact, I think they are the largest, if my information is correct. And he was up here promoting Stara in North America. Now they have a large presence in South America, no surprise there, and also in Europe. But this year, as it turns out, they were making a push into North America, if Google is correct, shall we say. So when he's seen all this orange through our open shed door here when he was passing by, he stopped in to talk to us because he said, obviously, we weren't tied in with the big three, John Deere, New Holland, or Case. And so he was wondering if we might be interested in, trying something outside the big three. So I said, sure. And this is what he has provided. If we run across here, he's had it sent to our local dealer. He has loaned us for the use this spring on demo purpose a sprayer and a seeder slash planter. Now the sprayer I really like the look of. Now that looks like that would suit our farm very well, like size wise. Now this particular device, man, it's big. And but the advantage it has is it seeds or plants all the crop types. So I told him I really like that idea because we do need to put in sugar beets and cotton, which require a planter. But I asked if they had it in a smaller model, but apparently that technology they only put in the larger units. This is the smallest one they had. So the issue is this requires 380 horsepower, and our largest tractor is 350. And I said, well, our land's reasonably flat. I'd give it a try. He said he wanted to have it, show its best foot forward. So he actually arranged for the local dealer for a demo, and this is what they provided. Now that thing is a beast. Certainly don't need anything that large, but it is a brand they wanted to demo. It's something they're willing to loan out. So we didn't have a whole lot of say in it. That's what we got. So we have this equipment to use this spring and see what we think of it. But it all led from having the shop door open and some, well, I don't know if unconventional is the right word, but some different farm equipment on display from what you would see in a lot of North American farms. So we need to get saddled up and get some seeding done because we've got cotton to put in, sugar beets to put in, and I guess that's it, isn't it? Just those fields. So, but we need to get this hooked up, and we need to get some seed in it before we can get going. So we might as well get started. Now I don't know how we're going to make out getting this down the road. Of course, I guess the tractor really isn't much wider than the seeder planter itself. Oh, I should have opened the covers. There we go. Now, I think we have a little seed in our shed, do we? Let's take a look. We do. How much is in here? Oh, nowhere's near enough. All right, well, I'll get some more seed bought and we'll get our telehandler over here, and we'll get some seed in that beast, and I'll bring you back in. So we'll see you in a little bit. Well, there we go. It's loaded with seed. Didn't hold as much as I thought a big unit like that would. So I bought a 4,000 liter big bag of seed. We still have some left in it. Let's see if we can get this thing to the field without having a wreck. I was surprised there were no beacons on this large tractor. Well, actually, surprisingly enough, when you include the shoulder, there is enough room. Now, Mikey did hand in his sculpture for this month. I forgot to mention that. And we did make a $20,000 loan payment. This is where it's going to get a little interesting. I'll have to wait for this guy to go by. Sorry, my granddaughter is playing with a dog. They chase each other around the living room sometimes. Gets Sage is the dog's name, gets her all excited. Well, I have to admit, I thought this was going to be worse than it is getting down the road. Oh, still, I wouldn't, just for this one piece of equipment, I wouldn't go with this tractor, I don't think. It's, from what I understand, 530 horsepower. Like I said, the planter takes 380. I think I would buy something a little bit smaller. Well, made it though, safe and sound. That's interesting. I thought I'd hit the wrong button. Well, that's certainly going to make short work of this field. I'm just got to move it over a little bit. It would be nice to have the convenience of just one seeding / planting unit. Oh, you can see our logging area there. Yeah, hill's pretty bare. Notice we probably don't want to run it over the rocks there too terribly bad. Although it is a rental. Oops, oops, oops. Now let's take a look inside this thing. I wonder if we can do a little of this in cab. So if you haven't guessed, we are approaching the end here on Silverrun. We do have just 2 more productions to buy, which we have the money for right now. And we could possibly do, seeing as we got leased this equipment. We'll see. But we certainly are not going to wrap things up before we have the opportunity to harvest this cotton. And kind of what my thinking is, we will get this cotton harvested and our production's all going, and look at it at that point. Once we've actually made some clothes, we'll see where we're at. We may call it there. So we're certainly not going to leave before then. Now, I did check in our cow pen. We don't have quite enough manure or slurry to make it worth putting in the BGA just yet. Probably the beginning of next month is when we'll do that for the first time. And I don't need to be overlapping that much, kind of negates the size of it. Haven't used a large articulating tractor for quite a while, actually, to be honest with you, so it is a little bit different than using a standard non-articulating. Throw a little cotton in the road, never hurt anybody. Let's go through the seeds at a pretty good rate, though. Gone through 20% already. So I'm thinking we'll probably have to fill this up again. Would be my guess. I'm just going to straighten the wiggles out here a little bit. I'm really curious to see how much cotton we get off of here. I'm pretty sure this is the first time I've ever actually seeded cotton. Just muted you there for a little while so you didn't have to listen to the dog barking. Yeah, I am. I've done cotton harvests on a contractual basis. Even in FS19, I've never done this before. So this is a first. Hard to believe, but it is. That leaves just sugarcane as the only thing I have never dealt with. I did poplars once, but I have not done any sugarcane. That might have to wait to FS25. I am recording this after the official announcement from Giants that 25 is coming. So I'm recording this actually just a couple days before FarmCon is scheduled to start. So I'm really looking forward to see what additional information we get coming out of that, because I have been reliably informed. There'll be more information released during FarmCon. Whoops. Oops, oops, oops. Those early morning shadows are a little bit tricky. We're not that long after sunrise here on Silverrun. I think we got it. I think we got it all. Is that a piece? And I don't want, I'm just going to go over this. I'm not sure. Might be a little strip there missed. We'll just go over it. Oh no, we know we're going to seed it. Okay, we're good. I'll finish up here on the other side of the road. We'll just make sure we've got I think we have a decent headland here. We'll just do one on the other side. What we'll do is we'll turn a worker loose, I should say, so we can take a look at this from a few different angles as it's working in the field. We'll just head down here to the other end to put a strip in along the road, and we should be able to get a worker going. Starting to see a few more versatiles around now. There's a dealer in, well, small city, I guess it would be about an hour and a half from us, that has a versatile dealer. It's originally a Canadian brand, actually. Back in the day, well, I think it might be still made in Canada. I'm not 100% on that, in Winnipeg, but it's no longer Canadian owned from what I understand. We didn't see very many of them around for a while, but you're starting to see a few of them kicking about in the fields now. All right. Well, hopefully he'll head across that way. He or she. Well, that is a good size planter, that. I said, it's just too bad. I wish they had it in a just a little bit smaller, like in a 12 meter or even like an 8 meter would be ideal for us. Although we did get it down the road without too much difficulties, just the bridge we had to deal with. I believe this is 14 meters. I have to admit, it's a pretty sharp looking tractor though. The color combinations actually work pretty well, I think. And those are, well, the red and yellow for sure, original Versatile colors. I think the black was too. I haven't seen an old Versatile around for a while. I think those are our original colors. Now, we're just about done this field, and what we'll do is we'll run up to our sugar beet field and try that one because it's a pretty small field. It didn't work too bad here, but we've got room, but it's a little bit tighter quarters, I think, at the sugar beet field. So we'll go and try that one next because the other cotton field's wide open. Should be no issue there at all. So I am going to sit on that money for the time being. Next month we'll be able to check out that sprayer. I really do like that. We would then keep that sprayer just for fertilizing, and our other sprayer we'd hang on to, but we'd just use it for weeds, for herbicide. That way we wouldn't need to flush them out, you know, every time we wanted to change the use of it. We just have to flush them out for the winter. Well, you know what? I will leave you there. I'll finish that last awkward little shape piece myself, and we'll head to the sugar beet field. So we'll catch up with you in just a minute. Alright, so we're on our way to our sugar beet field. I did stop by the shop and load in the last of the seeds we had. It wasn't quite enough to fill it up, but I think it should be enough to do these 2 fields. I'm hoping anyway. Now I know this episode's been all about seeding, but that's what we've got going on this month. And I have never used this particular combination seeder slash planter. Other than a sprayer, actually, I don't think I've used any Star equipment. Unless it came with a contract, possibly. So I thought we might as well just stick with it. So I hope you don't mind or don't find it too boring. Ooh, I haven't checked on our boat this in the last couple days, I don't think so. Should do that here. Should be getting close. Actually, let's just stop. So we swing around here. Can we see it sitting over there? No, can't quite. Shouldn't be too much longer. Either late this month or early next, I would think it would sell again. Ooh, another bridge. That's the only challenge with this, is the bridges, because the roads are actually plenty wide enough for it, really. Was that a car? No, that's the building, I think. No, just have to risk it. If we meet up with a car, I think we'll have to turn traffic off to get by. Um, oh, sure enough, look at that. Murphy's Law. Okay, well, let's just see how far we can get to this part. Can it squeeze by? Oh, look at that. Oh, great, another one. I didn't look up in time. Is it still going to make it? Yes, sir, we are. All right. Oh, annoyed him, though. Scared the heck out of him. But we made her. Now, I'm not sure which end would be better for us. We'll go in this end here, I think. Okay, now, didn't even think of the train, obviously. I mean, that's too good not to leave in. Look at that. Have you ever seen a star and a versatile in a tree? What the heck am I? Alrighty. I'm not really sure what I'm going to do, but well, what I'm going to do is I'm going to disconnect and I'll reset the tractor. And I think what I'll do is bring my oh my goodness, bring my telehandler down, drag that thing, because I don't want to reset it. We'll lose all our seed. So let me get this mess straightened out and I'll get back to you. That was crazy. Well, I thought I'd share with you what my recovery plan is. Oh, I didn't mean to do that. Okay, shoot. Actually, I think that might have hurt us more than helped us, but I was going to... This is the large Volvo, the largest Volvo wheel loader with the CSZ bag lifter. I didn't really mean to flip that over, obviously hooked it, but well, maybe we can lift it and drag it backwards here. I wasn't going to spend... Oh, no. It won't hook onto it either. Oh, that's too bad. That's unfortunate. No, nothing for it to grab onto. Well, maybe if we push it a little bit, that we can actually we'll do this. Down underneath it a little bit. Oh, that thing's heavy, 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 heavy. I don't want to waste too much time trying to do this because I could just reset it and put the seed back in it. What do you think? You think that'll buff out? Hope they had good insurance on that stuff, but I think it'd be wrecked. Sorry about the trees, but there's just not a whole lot I can do about that. Push it over that way a little bit. I was actually hoping to push it out into the field, but I think our best shot now is push it back and swing it around. Oh, when things go bad, they go back. I didn't realize my mic was turned off. But I was going to say, I did say that I have the time set down to, it doesn't look like it should be hooked on this little tree. Down to 0.5 while we mess around with this. I'm not going to spend too much time, because we could just reset it and put the seed back in it. I don't know how long my mic was muted for. Probably bumped the button on my controller while I was busy concentrating on this. But I did say it's too bad this bag lifter wouldn't attach to it. So I think we could get it. I'm going to try on this end. It probably won't if it didn't on the other. I wonder if we can get enough of a... Just lift that a little bit gently like that and push on it. Now, once I get this out of here and we get working on the field, I'm going to try and remember to tell you a story. Kind of relates to this. It's kind of humorous. At least I think it is. Now, what I don't want to do is push it back up onto those freaking tracks and have the train come along again. Wouldn't that just ruin your day for a second time? Well, we're wiggling it out of here. It's really just that one little tree that caused us most of the problems. Well, and the train, of course. That train caused us pretty considerable problems. Yeah, I know what. I guess you can't really blame it on the train, can you? Lack of paying attention is really what. Oh, I don't want to flip it over. Just trying to get this back end around this tree. Well, you guys can see what I'm going to do. I'm going to wiggle this out of here. I will, may have had to do a little bit of a voiceover, some of it. I don't know when I hit the mute button. But I'll get this out of here if I can. I'll let you know if it ultimately worked. And I'll bring you back in at one way or another when we're seeding. So see you in a little bit. Well, I did manage to get it out of there. I just pushed it back a little bit farther than what you guys saw. I was able to get the versatile backed in there and hooked to it. I just made sure the train was actually off the map, backed it out onto the tracks, and brought it back onto the field. I'd like to say that was the first time something like that ever happened to me, but it's not. Only the other time I took a ride like that, it was intentional. And it was way back in FS19. Was playing with a buddy and multiplayer, and I can't remember the map, but we ended up with a huge cotton contract, so much so that we had 2 of everything, 2 harvesters, 2 trucks, to complete the contract. And there was a train track that kind of ran through part of the field, and we just about got caught getting smoked by it a couple times by just like this, not paying attention. And then just a little ways down the track there was a wasn't a tunnel, but it was a steep canyon. Just picture of what a tunnel would be like, only with no top on it. And we got the brilliant idea. We wondered what it would happen if we stacked all of that equipment in that area. So a couple cotton harvesters, a couple semis, and we just sat there and waited for the train to come. And it came, and it knocked all of that stuff all over the map. It just went absolutely flying. We each picked a vehicle to sit in and went along for the ride. So I can tell you, there is no stopping those trains. But take a look at this stuff. It's tough. Hasn't hardly got a scratch on it. You never know it was sitting up in a tree. That's definitely going to have to be the thumbnail. I'll have to try and I'll play that back and take a thumbnail. That stupidity is too good not to include. Yes, sir. So you see what I mean by this field's just a little bit tighter. Like the other cotton field is wide open. But you know, as long as we didn't get hit by a tree, we can make this work down here too. But if we're to go ahead and purchase this, it does mean we do need to find a more powerful tractor for sure. So it's not only the price of the seeder slash planter, but it includes a tractor too. So something we'd have to keep in mind. Well, seeing that versatile and planter in the tree, that's worth the price of admission right there. Now, our dairy, we can make chocolate if we supply sugar. And I took a look at our sugar beet situation, and we do have some extra sugar beets, but you know, I decided it just wasn't worth. We wouldn't get enough sugar out of the production to make it worthwhile. So I think we'll just sell our sugar beets, the excess ones, and we'll just buy sugar to make chocolate in our dairy. Because you still, I know from past experience, you still make a profit, just not as much, but we'd have to play a long time to get our money back from sugar production for the amount of sugar beets we have. Like we'd only be able to run it for a couple months. The other alternative would be to put a larger sugar beet field in, but I don't think we'll bother. We'll just buy some sugar to run in the dairy. I think we'll have the funds. That is, unless of course I'm charged for the versatile and a planter. Well, it does make pretty short work of this field, but it does work. We got in here no problem, other than the train. So just have to decide if we want to invest in a larger tractor so that we can use this. So maybe coming in the other end's a little better because it's a little easier to see the train coming. It's kind of blocked a little bit by the trees there. But I think for this episode, we'll leave it there. That should pretty much uh, be time up, I would think. And it turned out to be a little bit more than just seeding. So if you're still with me, I really appreciate you watching. If you haven't already, I encourage you to hit that like and subscribe button. And if you want to see when other train wrecks happen, literally, hit that old notification bell. But for this episode, it's Farmer Murphy signing off from Silverrun.